Welcome back to Sneakers and Stogies, ladies and gentlemen. The camera battery just died. One of the young artists here, PQ Media, President Quan himself, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time since I've been back on the mic, but I'm here for you, and we're going to make this show lit. Not too long of a show, but long enough so that everybody can enjoy it. And I'm telling you right now, before we get started, I'm tired. I love y'all. I just came from the Texas and shit. I know you just came from somewhere as well.
Just got off work.
See, you got off work, I got off work.
Yeah.
So we're not going to take too much of each other's time, and let's keep it rolling. So, let's start off with the shoes.
Okay.
Explain the shoes to me, and I'll break down mine today, because we both wore ours for work today.
All right, so these right here are the Royal One Jordan.
What year?
2017.
Oh, so recent year.
This is not 90. This is not 94
Oh.
or 85. These
Of
are
course.
2017.
So the more recent year, but it still looks like in good condition.
Yeah. So fun fact, I actually bought these in Austin at a sneaker event.
Oh wow.
Back in 2019. I actually got these for $250.
That's a steal.
Yeah. So at the time when I got them, they had like a legit sneaker area where you could get everything checked.
Mm-hmm.
They checked out, and the guy was giving me a great deal, $250.
Hey, that's a win.
Couldn't beat it.
You couldn't beat it, honestly and truthfully,
Yeah.
especially for them and how they did the Dark Marinas this year, which is an off-brand of the Royals.
I'm not gonna lie. I will say this: if I didn't have these, I probably wouldn't have bought those. I wouldn't. I'll be honest with you. I like OGs.
Of course. I mean, OG colorways are always a thing that brings it back to people who watch Jordan play.
Right. Funny thing is, I saw him play in 2003.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last time. Like I grew up playing. I love sports.
Of course.
Basketball was my first love, but I really don't remember too much on the whole Jordan Bulls thing. I'm still young. Jordan's last year with the Bulls, I was 5.
Yeah, so you was during the Wizards era.
Right.
Fair enough. At least I can say I remembered most of the Bulls era. And even on the episode I talked about last week when they brought Kevin Durant and tried to shade the 99-2000 Rockets.
Right.
With the Scottie Pippen and the Charles Barkley picture with Hakeem because of the fact that they got swept as well.
Right.
But I was like, don't put Houston in your shit. But even then, when it comes to the shoes, it's like, it's a rarity within itself.
Yeah, like the funny thing about these, the reason why they're in so good of a pristine condition.
Oh, snap, Wally Walls. What's up, Wally?
Like, I don't know, man. I looked up when I got them, they were already pristine, but my job is really hard to be able to wear with the shoes I really want because we have to dress up.
Fair enough.
So, the fun thing is being a photographer, I'm able to kind of dress more down during my time of shooting.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I've been doing lately is been trying to wear every shoe that I own to all my shoots, just for comfortability, but at the same time, like, I'm learning. I'm as a photographer, I need to start taking more pictures of myself.
Exactly, and I guess even for me, that's the hardest thing for me to do because of the fact I don't like being in front of the camera.
Right, but I mean, I'm at the same time, I will say, I want the world to know who I am.
Facts.
I will say that, like, I'm doing all these shoots for people, and I want to be able to show the person behind the lens.
Fair.
So yeah.
And that's sort of why I started the podcast as well, because people may see somebody doing something, but they don't know what they're doing it for, right. And you want to give people coverage of not just myself, because I can give a damn if I'm in the media light, but other people that are actually doing their business and doing their jobs right. So that's why I wanted you to do the show before we get to our 2-year anniversary, because even though the full YouTube edited video will take a minute, it's a freaking black magic, ladies and gentlemen. But even then, you get the live experience, because I've been debating weekly about going live, so I said, fuck it, I'll go live today.
Right.
So, the shoes I brought today,
okay.
I brought the Yeezy Zebras, but here's the pop twist.
What is it?
I put on all-white laces.
What made you do the off-white laces?
So, I wore these to work, and I wore these to work at a Texans game, and ironically, that day when I worked it, when these shoes, Virgil died.
Oh, yeah.
So it was rough for me as it is, and then, hello to California dog, shout out to the Poodles right there, ladies and gentlemen. But honestly and truthfully, the reason I put the off-white laces on, I have 3 pairs of off-white shoes, and I only like 1 pair of laces for each shoe.
So what off-whites do you got?
I have all the all-white athletes in progress. I don't like the main brand shoes, right, because I'm a former college athlete, and the athletes in progress, the track shoes and the cross-country shoes are my favorite shoes from Virgil.
Understandable. See, I will say this. I want those off-white Prestos.
Oh yeah, no, dead ass.
I want
That's
the off-white Prestos and I want the off-white Black Forces.
fair
The
enough.
only two off-whites, if I could ever save the money and get it,
Honestly,
I would get those Prestos.
I'll get the Prestos and I'll get the Prestos,
Mhm.
the miracle, the soccer ones, the miracles, and the Serena Williams ones, the pink ones that came out. The pink joints was fire. And every time I try to get them, I was at Trusted, they be going like that because it's the right side.
Man, I will say, give a shout out to Trusted Kids.
Trusted Kids, get a shout out.
I've been there so many times. They've always showed love. Shout out to Rico.
Shout out to Trusted Rico.
Yeah.
Especially the funny fact is, I got my first pair of Yeezys. No, my second pair of Yeezys from Trusted. It's the only Yeezys I ever paid for.
Are you serious?
The Way Runners.
So the funny thing is, I have one pair of Yeezys, and I got them from round 2.
Oh wow.
So where I'm originally from in Virginia, we have a round 2, but I haven't had the opportunity to go back home in a hot little second. Of course. So I went to Miami in 2020. Shout out to my boy Izzy.
Shout out to Izzy.
Izzy Baker, man.
Izzy Baker, former roommate.
So we ended up going to round 2 in Miami, and I ended up getting a steal for 180.
Ooh, that's a win.
180.
That's a win because that's regular price. That's regular
I
price.
paid regular price. The only thing is it didn't have a box, but they were legitimately checked.
I mean,
yeah.
you win some, you lose some.
But it's cool though. Like me, I'm to the point where like I haven't bought. The last shoe that I bought was the low top neutral grade Jordan 1s.
Okay.
I still haven't worn those.
I don't feel bad. Like besides the patents, I traded my patents for the Rebellionaires.
See, the thing with I don't like patent leather.
See, and that was the argument I made. But when I said the patents, I was gonna trade them for the Gundams. But and Sam was on the episode when I did this, the Q. And I told him I was like, I traded him the Rebellionaires because nobody had the Gundams, and when I traded him, somebody had the Gundams, which was the trade patent. I was like, fuck.
So the funny thing is, I don't know if people know this, but Jordans have been doing a lot of. It's been easy lately to get a Jordan.
Oh yeah, especially with the Nike app. Whoa, let me.
No.
Well, I've been lucky with the last year Nike app, but I'm saying when I'm talking about non-collaborative Jordans.
Yeah, so if it's like a regular Jordan, I don't think it's still a little rough. It's still a little hard.
Yeah,
but it's not as hard as it used to be. I remember the Sneakers app. I won one time on the Sneakers app.
Honestly, I'll do you better. I won from my graduation. So before I graduated undergrad, I only won once, and that was the white and metallic 5s.
Okay.
Come back 2020, 2021-ish. I come back, no, last year 21, I ended up winning the wing 5s. I won the Stussy sandals twice from the year before. I won the cool grays. I won the off-white dunks, but I overslept and missed my size.
Are you serious?
Oh, I got the notification, and the last sizes was 8, 5.5, 5 and 4. I swear to God, I got that 5.5, and I'm saving for my kids when I get them. Cause I ain't selling them shoes, especially when Virgil died.
I got the Raging Bull 5s. I didn't like those. I remember the original.
The package, yes.
I remember the package, and the only reason why I remember the package, if I'm not mistaken, please correct me.
Okay.
I believe I was in high school.
You should have been.
I graduated high school in 2012, but I saw them like, if I'm not mistaken, this had to be.
You was in middle school because the package came out when I was a freshman.
Right, but when I saw the actual package physically.
Oh, when you saw it physically, yeah.
I was in high school.
Yeah.
I physically seen it.
Yeah, no.
So, like, when growing up, I never really had the opportunity to buy Jordans.
Of course.
Due to the fact, my mother wasn't doing it.
That's fair.
My mom did not believe in spending an arm and a leg on Jordan.
Yeah, I understand.
We wore Forces. We wore Forces all the time.
See, and that was I only have one pair of Forces I ever wore. I normally try to catch my Jordans on the cheap end because of the fact that good retros were on sale for the low before 2010.
Really? Man,
I can make that argument.
I believe the argument, but I remember 2016, I thought it was damn near impossible to get a Jordan.
No, dead ass.
2015 it happened. That was probably the hardest time to get a Jordan. But shout out to my friends. I give them all the credit in the world. When I got to college, I admit I dressed like an athlete.
Of course.
My friends, Christopher London, Monty Hamlin, all my friends that I grew up with freshman year, they were the ones who helped me out so much when it came to finding my fashion, giving me the opportunity
of course,
be more of a better dresser.
Of course.
And as time progressed, I've had the opportunity to find my style. So like, with me, I'm a thrifter.
Oh, thrifting was the gosh.
Yeah, so as of 2020, shout out to Shantavia Young.
Oh,
Beyond Beautiful Tay.
Of course.
She's the one who actually introduced me to the thrifting.
Oh.
She asked me, this happened in 2019. She asked me to go thrifting with her. First time I ever went, we went to a family thrift near Wayside.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Off of Wayside. And she took me with her. I bought a jacket and some things. But then 2020 happened. I started seeing a lot of people on Instagram wearing vintage tees. And I'm
Yes.
like, and me, I'm a wrestling fan.
Ah.
A lot of people don't know that about it. If you don't know me, I'm a diehard wrestling fan.
Attitude Era or?
I'm an Attitude Era. I grew up on the Attitude Era.
Fair.
Really, I actually grew up watching the New Generation.
Okay, so
This is pre-Attitude Era, so this is from 94 to 97.
Correct.
So I was born in 93, but my great-grandmother, my grandfather, and my mother and my mom, we all watch wrestling.
Okay.
I still have, funny thing is, I still have collector's items. I still have action figures back when I was a kid. But my mom recently showed me those things like a year or two ago. And those are collector's items. I'll tell you this now, WWE, I will be trying out next year, giving you a heads up.
Oh,
I will be trying out. You will see me at the Performance Center, so mark my words.
Good luck, man. Good luck to that. So, like I said earlier, for everybody who's watching, I literally just came from the draft party.
Right.
So I got you a cigar from Drew Estates.
Okay.
And it's a smooth one. It's a Toro Maduro smooth cigar. It's factory smoke. It's not an expensive cigar, but it's a smooth budget smoke. It's cheaper than acid because acid went up in the last few years.
I think everything is going up.
Nah, see,
everything has been going.
Acid was $2 when I was an undergrad.
Right. How much is it now?
$5. Yeah, no, I ain't buying.
People don't understand that $3
is a big difference.
That $3, they're like gas. We all know.
Oh yeah,
gas is.
It's an ass.
Outlandish.
But no, I got it here, and I also got you a cup from the actual draft party as well.
Oh wow, that's dope. Okay.
It's an actual metal cup. Shout out to Kat from Gremlin, the fam that was with me at the Miller Lite table. We was chatted up. She said she was trying to get rid of the cups. I was like, I'll take a few cups. Fuck it.
No, it's gonna be good for liquor.
Exactly. It's a metal cup too.
It's a solid cup.
I was like, fuck this. But let me cut up my pipe and let's get rolling. So I normally have brown tobacco. I'll let you use my cutter, of course. But I'm smoking out my pipe today because of the pause, because of the fact that it's been a long fucking day. And dealing with the whole goddamn city of Houston. Love y'all, but to each his own.
Oh yeah, this traffic gotten ridiculous.
Oh, it's getting even worse with everybody moving here.
Yeah, how you feel about that?
Honestly and truthfully, I talked to Ryan a few weeks ago. Me and Ryan's episode have not released yet because I've been busy. Oh, I would say if you want to say the butt, I would just put the butt in my cup.
Oh no, that's all good, man.
And fuck that. Yeah, fuck that. Keep that's still keep the bus from smoking. But no, honestly, Ryan was explaining like most of the people from the higher end of Hollywood are moving to Austin, and the people from the hoods is moving down here, and people that are moving here don't know how to drive.
Right.
And it's more accidents now than it has ever fucking been because people don't know how to fucking drive.
Crazy thing is, I'm surprised people not moving to Dallas. It's in Houston.
But you gotta think who's made Houston popular in the last decade.
Everybody.
Every artist is
Drake. The funny thing about Drake.
Don't get me started on that song. I'm gonna keep my words nice.
Drake. Okay, so the thing is, Drake has definitely given Houston a lot of publicity.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be a liar if I say he hasn't. But it's just like
I'll never admit it. Well, continue.
I mean, when you really think about it, the man made a song about our university.
I've heard it mid at best, but continue.
I mean, yeah, to me it's me, but it's Drake.
Yeah, most of these white kids don't even know who good art. Shut up, Jake.
But
I get your point.
I don't know. I will say, like, me moving out here, this was for school.
Of course.
And I made the opportunity to, start my own business, and I still have a full-time job. Shout out to the people who's doing both, because that is probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Especially content creation, too?
Yes. And the thing with content creation is, man, you can have a month where you're doing the best work of your life, and then you'll have a month where you haven't.
You haven't even put out anything, and you just feel like you haven't done you haven't put out your best work or done anything that will equate to your best work.
And the funny thing is, I will say this, all honesty, mental health. Last year was a really big year for my business. I made my own shirts twice.
Yeah, I saw.
And the thing with that was, I did that with minimum publicity.
Of course.
Meaning, like, I was the only one doing it. And I will say, mentally, I was dealing with other things outside of
course.
that, personal life.
Of course.
And like, I will say for all my young content creators, even the people who have been doing this longer, please take the time out and take care of yourself.
Take a fucking break.
You are human.
Exactly. I had to learn that myself. Again.
You are human. If you don't listen to anything I tell you, your mental health is important, because if you're not healthy, you can't do this.
Exactly.
And I will say, my body definitely shut down on me a few times.
I've been there.
Where it's like, okay, you need to go sit down.
I'll do you one worse. And I think most of my co-hosts, our trainers is on the show, Damo would tell you, I had a mental breakdown last month when I lost 3 to 5 years of all my work. Oh yeah, I snapped. I imploded. I didn't explode. I imploded.
Oh my God.
So I completely understand. Even when doing my master's in a whole different field, because like we was talking earlier, I went engineer all the way through, but I went for business because they don't teach you business.
They don't.
So in a sense, switching from bachelor's to master's and learning that, I had to a point that I even was first time ever being on academic supervision. I didn't know how to react. So I get it.
That, and the thing is, like, I will say, like, running a business, the biggest thing is scheduling.
Oh,
in my humble opinion, my biggest issue is scheduling. Because I had customers, I had clients who wanted me to do stuff fast. Like, okay, I want this shoot Saturday. I need those photos by Tuesday. And don't get me wrong, by the grace of God, I've had the opportunity to get this work done, but that's not easy.
Well, I'll do you one better. I'll go back a couple years, right before. I'll go back a couple years when I started when I was in my master's program and was doing grad shoots. I at least have 7 to 10 a semester. But I had clients that wanted grad shoots, showed them the pictures, and they were still mad because they don't like the way they look in the photos. I've had multiple clients, and mind you, I'm doing my master's at the same time. So it was a real, I agree, it was a real burnout. But thank God you brought up business and mental health, because that's one of the topics I wanted to hit about tonight. Was, you're working as a self-employed man that also has another two forms of, currency, income, but currency, thank you. And the mental health part also will burn you out. But how do you feel, how does your promotion work when you're dealing with both, and how do you get the help that you need at the same time?
Well, I will say this. I had to learn how to promote myself. I remember when I first started back in 2019, a lot of people used to ask me. I remember I was doing free shoots for a long time. I did free shoots for about 6 months. My 2019 was my first year as a legitimate shooter.
Okay.
And I wasn't making no money. The reason why I wasn't making money, 2 reasons why. I was green as hell.
Of course. That's fair.
And I will say I was worried about the money more than I was worried about the actual product. And the reality check, God works in mysterious ways.
Of course.
I will say that because when I was thinking about the money was never coming. So I actually had to love what I do. And I will say, with promotion things, I have a lot of close friends of mine who, repost my things, buy my items, take photos of it. I've even had friends that I'll reach out to like, hey, can you help me out with a free shoot? I have an idea, could you help me out? And they've literally given me the ball where they'll help me whenever they can.
See, that's good. The support is the most important thing for your business. Because if you're not supporting yourself, and if you can't show your appreciation for them by giving them a free shoot, then who will help you in the long run?
Right. But I also say this too. I still do free shoots here and there.
Of course.
I do. Because as I've grown as a shooter, there's a lot of things that I've been wanting to do practice-wise. Like, okay, I learned this, so let me try this at a shoot.
Of course.
Instead of doing it at a paid shoot.
Yeah.
Just reach out to a friend like, hey man, I have an idea. And I really believe that's been very helpful for me. My growth as a content creator is, I know that I can take my time to a certain extent to get better.
Of course. You can't build Rome in a day. Everything's a process. And like Philly normally say, most Philly fans will agree, you normally try to trust the process.
Yeah, everybody know that. The process And like I will say, from experience, I've tried to rush before, and the shit never works. It never works. And I'll be brutally honest. I've tried to rush hella shit before, and this shit never works.
Never rush real art.
Right. So I will say, what I'm learning now is how to work faster, but at the same time, let my customers know, like, hey, we're both here. Like,
honestly and truthfully, did you never set the deadline beforehand?
when I first started, no. Now I have a deadline, and I let people know, like, hey, a week for photos. Video may take a little longer because videos, to my opinion, video is more tedious than photography.
Oh no, dead ass. Video. That's why I do video. That's why I prefer video. It's way more tedious.
It's tedious. Videography, like, I would literally have to sit there and like watch everything all over just to make sure I'm getting specific clips. I mean, I'm human. I've even had times where I'll send it to a customer. Oh, you didn't add this, or you didn't add this.
Okay. Add it, fix it. Oh yeah, no. Normally, when I first started before I started doing travel photography, of course, I normally give them a week in advance because I had a bad camera. I had a basic Nikon 3100.
Oh yeah. So when I first started, shout out to the homie Mello the Mo.
Oh yeah.
I bought a Sony A6300, $700 back in 2018.
It's only 10 when I helped them to the pawn store and got them the A6400.
Right. That was my very first camera that I bought in college. I think I had that camera 3 weeks. Never got a chance to really play with it.
Really?
Somebody stole it.
Oh yeah,
They broke into my car, stole that and my laptop.
Oh fuck no.
And that right there hurt so bad because I really was trying to get serious with it. And I to this day, I still feel like God blessed me because God showed me you wasn't serious.
Yeah.
You wasn't serious. So I feel like He did that to kind of show me that if you really want this, you're going to have to be patient for it.
Facts.
And, you know, like I said, graduate school came. I was able to buy Canon 6D.
Of course, I have that now.
Right. Also, School of Communications at Texas Southern University, they were kind enough to let me borrow some of their lenses.
Oh, see, that's beautiful. I had to start buying my own goddamn
Right, yeah. So people don't know this. For about a 10-month span, those was not my lenses. I was using them.
See, that's the blessing.
But I was in grad school.
Of course.
So it was kind of like, okay, I'm a student, but you know I'm out here legit trying to get better. So
of course,
I respect them. To this day, I will forever be grateful for them for even giving me the opportunity to use that stuff.
Of course, that's fair.
So yeah, like I will say now, like I'm not full time, and I wish sometimes, Lord, I wish I was, because I feel like my deadlines can be even faster. See what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know this. I take classes. I take photography classes.
I mean, you have to.
People understand for you to get better, you gotta invest. Like, I would at one point in time, I used to get a new camera in 2021, I went through 2 cameras in like a 10-month span.
But it's not. But in all honesty, it's not about the cameras, it's about the lenses. Like you marry your lenses and you divorce your bodies.
So the funny thing is, my A7 III. I've had the A7 III since my second semester in grad school. But the camera came out at 18. I've been using that for still.
I mean,
shout out to Sony.
Shout out to Sony, but I have like I said, I have a 6D, and I got it in 2019. But that 6D is old.
6D came out
2011, 2012.
Yeah, 6D's been out for a minute.
I still I can make art out of it, and that's the thing. When we were talking earlier, like I said, it's not the camera and lenses, it's how you use it that makes the complete difference of art and its perspective. Shout out to M. Jack. Shout out to our trainers, Primal. If you're nasty, you know he's watching from his house at grad school. And I can't see the middle name, but shout out to you. Los Valentinos 757. If I said it wrong, I do apologize. It's hard to see even with glasses.
Yeah, I had to take mine off.
I normally take mine off, but I keep an eye on everything. 3 different cameras running in a computer. What are you gonna do? Nothing but keep it running.
So yeah, so on that topic of cameras and lenses. Okay, so 2021 was a very interesting year for me because I was able to, lease out cameras, get a fill out for it. And the thing what made me so mad was what you just said. You marry your lenses, you get your camera. And I remember talking to my mentor, and he was telling me, he was like, worry about your lenses. He said, these camera bodies, man, they're going to come and go. But the lens is going to save you. You're going to make that money. He said, I'd rather you invest $2,000 to this lens than to that body.
Yeah, because then it doesn't cut you off. But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
for most Canons until the Mach 4 series, until they started going mirrorless, you damn near can use every lens.
But the thing is, shout out to Canon, they made that adapter.
That adapter too.
That adapter's a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So me, I don't have the Canon adapter. I have the Bill Charles.
Okay.
But the thing is, I use Sigma lenses, Sigma Canon lenses.
Of course, amazing.
The good thing about Sigma is they have an MC11 adapter. So for my Sony, I bought the adapter, and they had it on. They had a rebate. Bought the rebate, got that, and like I actually use all my lenses on my cameras.
Nice.
So yeah.
What's up, time I did that? Is it red? If it's red on the side, I ain't got long. The left side. I mean the right side. I'm sorry, the right side. Oh, it's white. Okay, I still got to do more time before I have to switch batteries. Thank you. Really do appreciate it. Now, back to the conversation at hand. When you take your shots, and you've been dealing with a lot of more grad, shoots because everybody's getting ready to graduate.
Right.
What is your three things that you love about grad shoots, and what's your three things you disdain? I wouldn't say hate. I would say disdain because everybody has a. Shout out to DJ T-Raw for joining the show. What is your thing that you disdain from the shoots in general? Honestly.
So the thing with grad shoots, I will say, for the things, grad shoots are really not my main focus. I like portraits. I like fashion and portraits.
Oh, okay.
Those are my two favorite things to shoot. I love anything fashion, anything portrait. And I'm starting to get into lifestyle. I'm starting. But I also got really good at sports photography. Really.
I love sports photography.
Yeah. But the things that I hate about, I wouldn't say hate.
Well, I said disdain. Okay, then.
Disdain, I guess it's just the fact that a lot of people don't really take the time out to know what they're really doing. So it's kind of like it seems like everybody picks the same location. And like me, I have some people that I reach out to that help me out with location.
Okay.
Being a photographer, I feel like it's good to network with other photographers.
Fair.
So I'll ask them all the time, like, hey, what would be a good area on campus? Because even though I graduated from TSU, I also deal with other students from other universities.
Of course.
And I'll actually be in PV next week.
I did PV literally 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'll be in PV next weekend.
Oh wow.
The 7th and 8th.
So the good thing is at least you'll have PV in better weather.
Yeah.
Because I had PV and it was muggy, but we made it work. Still the
right.
same.
So my thing is really just location. Locations is really the big thing. Also, a lot of people don't understand this. We can't come up with much, like as a photographer, it's our job to capture what you want. I feel like some people just don't take the opportunity or even take the time to really do what they do.
Okay.
So those right there are like two of the main things. I really just preach to my customers, hey, if you have any ideas, please let me know. Please, I'm very adamant about that.
It's basically dealing with a client in retrospect from what I've done. It's basically a relationship that you have to manage. It's like you have to communicate. Y'all both have to at least work together to create the piece of art that you want.
Yeah, and then I will say there's some fun things. I love seeing the reaction of people when they see the photos. I love to see the reaction. Like, people are very excited to see what they look like.
Like a genuine, beautiful reaction.
I love it. Like recently, I did 3 of them last week. Well, no, I did 2 grad shoots on the 17th, and then I had 2 on 7th. Yeah. So no, I'm following that. So I had 4 grad shoots in a 2-day span.
Okay.
And like each time that I showed them the photos, all of them loved it.
That's good.
And like I'm so grateful for that because I feel like our job as photographers or content creators in general is to make sure that your customers get what they want.
True, but they at least have to help you in making sure that their path of what they want is in coexistence with yours and making sure that we at least talk to each
Right.
other and making sure we get the same idea.
I will say this though. Lately, the shoots that I have had have been good.
Okay.
I've dealt with people who've already got an idea what they wanted.
That's
they already
good.
had location, so they've been making it so much easier.
See, that's the blessing, because I guess in the retrospect of not dealing with just TSU students, but other students from other universities and other schools, if they know their campus and they already have their ideas,
Right.
then everything will come together perfectly.
Yeah.
But if they come, I won't say half-assed, because that's not fair to them. But if they don't come with an idea or a theme, then it slows down the progress of what you really are trying to get.
Right. And then I will say I've had, when I first started shooting, I had customers that would try to get over the top.
Don't even get me started on that.
And I used to have
I
I had to be really, really, really strict on it.
You have to.
I had to let customers know, like, hey, this is a 2-hour shoot. So I even make alarms.
Oh, that's nice.
A lot of people don't know that. I make alarms.
You have to.
I make alarms, and when I make my alarms, I make it to where, you know, I make an alarm. I give everybody a 15-minute grace period. We're human. We're human.
When you say a 15-minute grace period, do you mean 15 minutes to get there or 15 minutes in between outfit changes?
Grace period to get there.
Okay.
Because we live in Texas. We live in
Houston, fucking Texas.
And a lot of people that I shoot live out here, and I understand what we're doing.
Of course. Okay.
The traffic here is ridiculous.
Okay.
We all know that.
Fair.
But I also feel like I have to be a fair businessman. If you tell me 3 hours ahead of time, hey, I'm gonna be late.
That's fair.
That's fair. But don't tell me this 2 minutes, 15 minutes. But if you tell me 2-3 hours ahead of time, that is perfectly fine.
See, that's respectable. Now, honestly, I do keep a time, and I stop the time when they're changing outfits.
Yeah, but so when they're changing outfits, that doesn't count.
Okay, that's my extra question.
The thing is, because I've dealt with customers that are late due to the fact of makeup malfunctions with their outfits.
Of course.
And me, I always feel like we have to be reasonable.
Of course, no.
You have, in this field and what we do,
of course,
we have to be reasonable.
Fair.
You have to be fair. But I will say, a lot of the photographers and videographers that I've had the opportunity to work with, spoke to, I love the feedback they give me on how they handle their stuff. And I even try to use some of the stuff they taught me into my everyday work. Especially with time.
Time is important.
I tell people, if we're going to do a 2-hour shoot, it's 2 hours. Like you said, when you're changing, it's fine. I'm not stressing it. But you also got to understand, like, if I'm letting you know that I have another customer behind you got to make sure you be a better communicator on that.
Especially mindful of your time as well.
And the thing is, I also say this too, I've been more strict on customers when they ask for, like when they want their stuff expedited. I've been really, really big on letting them know, like, hey, you want this expedited, it's going to be a certain amount of money.
No,
if you don't like that, I'm sorry, but if you want me to literally give you your stuff so fast, you're going to pay the expedition. You got to.
Like, I'm literally breaking my back for you, in all honesty. And it goes back to our original topic earlier about mental health. Because you have to be a functioning mental person to do that, and especially expedite any kind of good work.
And the crazy thing about people don't understand how hard it is to edit.
Boy, Jesus Christ.
And like, I'm self-taught.
Same.
I'm self-taught on the video and the photography.
Same.
Meaning, I had a notepad, literally notepad, at my old apartment where I wrote everything, exposure, settings on the cameras, specific lenses to use in specific shots.
Manual shooting.
I haven't done automatic shooting since I was a undergrad when I first tried the camera.
See,
I've been manual shooting professionally for over 3 years.
Same.
I hit 3. I've never done aperture settings. I've done all manual. And the thing with me is YouTube University.
Facts. YouTube University, and this is why I love creating this show on YouTube. So thank you, YouTube. But no, honestly though, I agree fully, because it's a craft to make money, but it's a craft to also express yourself in the way you shoot.
Right.
And especially being self-taught, two self-taught artists themselves, it makes you respect another person's craft and put in the time and the effort, not only to learn, but to create something beautiful for themselves.
Right.
So appreciation for your work. That's another reason why I wanted you on the show, because the growth in the last few years, I'm not gonna say it's not seen, but we all see it, and you never take the time for yourself to shine in the light while you got a chance to breathe in the air.
Right.
So this show is not just about business as well, but it's also a platform for you to speak your mind about what you do, but also your time in the sun.
Right.
So that's why I appreciated you for also being on, taking the time out of your busy schedule to give me a day, excuse me, to work around not only my schedule, but also your schedule and make it work to the point that we got a show going on right now.
Right.
And so I appreciate that. Before we even get to the closing part and anything, because we still haven't got the relaxation time.
Oh, you're good. Oh, we here, man.
We here. And especially with the camera not done, this is the first time live, of course, because Ryan did it. When we got to a good topic, the camera didn't die.
Wow.
So, and we did it in the middle of the day. And so I'm grateful. But even now, as a nice show, I'm grateful for the fact that not only you blew up in your own way, but you found a way to manage yourself and your expectations and let other people know what you're expecting from them as a client.
Yeah, so I will say it wasn't an overnight success.
Nothing ever is.
I'll be a liar if I say it was never. The thing with me was I got close friends who've been in my old apartment with my old room. And they'll tell you every time they saw me, I was studying. I would literally have a notepad out. I was watching video. Oh my God. Shout out to YC Imaging, Creative Mind. Those two were probably the most. I watched them so much. Benny Ortiz.
Okay, yeah.
I was watching them so much to the point where you thought I was sadistic.
I'll be one better. Any video I would watch for editing and fixing photos or even taking photos, I would make a separate playlist.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know. I actually have a playlist on my YouTube where I literally save videos. I've dealt with shooting outside. Like 2 years ago, shooting outside, all I did was shoot outside. I took a class on lighting. Even though I already took a class on lighting at TSU. But I took a professional lighting class and learned how to shoot with professional lights.
See,
and I'm actually gonna do another one.
You should.
Yeah. And I tell people, how do you get better if you're not investing that money? Like, don't get me wrong, these classes are not cheap.
Of course.
But the grateful thing about it is having a full-time job and having a business, I'm able to kind of make some moves, shake with that. And then I've been grateful for people sending me information on YouTube channels and things that focus on what I'm working on.
Exactly.
And it's a blessing. Like, I've had the opportunity to kind of just study. I try to use some of my time even at work. I try to study something. Like, it may not be a full study session, but as long as I'm watching something
and learning from it.
Like with me, I want to be better at everything.
Of course.
But I also know that we all have strengths and weaknesses. And I'm also learning that with our strengths and weaknesses, okay, it's good to focus on those strengths, but let's work on these weaknesses. And I'm okay with going back and forth.
You have to in order to be a professional at what you do. That's the key thing. At the end of the day, I had to take a step back from grad shoots a couple years ago.
People don't understand, grad shoots are no fun.
Oh no, especially when you're doing like 10 customers, up to 10 customers a semester.
But mind you though, you have a lot of customers who all might book the same day.
Boy, who you tell, or at least not the same day, the same weekend.
Shout out to Chino. Oh man, I miss his name. His name is Chino. He's a Houston-based photographer. I've been following him now for probably about a month or two, and when I say I've seen this man on his YouTube, on his Instagram, this man goes everywhere. He's in Houston, San Marcos, Austin. I haven't seen him in Dallas yet. But he's in that realm everywhere. Like literally, I've seen him travel. He's literally doing 6 grad shoots a day.
See, and I've done
how?
Patience, time, mileage, and making sure
he's doing 6 grad shoots a day. Mind you, I don't know his
personal schedule, of course.
But the thing is, for you to be, that's what I'm trying to do.
Of course.
He's doing it to the point where he's doing 12 shoots in 2 days.
Patience, time, practice, effort,
And I have so many people that I reach out to because I feel like, man, for me to get better, I got to network. Mm-hmm. And I'm a people person. I'm really big on communicating and reaching out to new audiences. Mm-hmm. And I tell people this all the time. I don't care. You can be famous. I'm going to ask a question. You may not answer, but at least I know I took the dignity and even try to find out.
You stepped out of your comfort zone enough to at least reach out to that person, even if they answer or don't, but to at least learn something.
At least I know that I was doing it for the right reasons.
I do want to apologize for the main camera dying for everybody's watching on YouTube, but you made a great point. And being self-taught, not to cut you off from the original conversation, because at least everybody on Instagram is going to see the live full video and not the edit, so that's amazing. And I don't want to give, you don't want to give too much of your secrets away, of course, with all due respect.
Right.
But I am grateful for you to even be here.
Right.
Because it's timely, efficient, it's time important, especially you making your own show. I know it's rough, but once you used to get used to it.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm glad you got me on the show because, like, I've had a lot of people ask me why I did photography for video. Mm-hmm. And when I first started, legitimately, I wouldn't lie, it was for the money. Mm-hmm. Because even though I had a degree in video, television, and film, I had to inspired. I felt like if I knew what I'm doing. I got reality checked so fucking fast.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
And I had to realize that I had to love this shit. Mm-hmm. If you asked me 3 years ago where I'd be as far as I am now, I'd be a liar and say
That's fair. That is genuinely fair because I watched something the other day and it was based off a comic. But the premise, the quick premise is you can either look in the mirror and see where you'll be 5 years from now, or you can not look in the mirror and live your life how you would. And the key premise is if you look in the mirror 5 years from yourself, now you'll go crazy because you would want to know what could you change. But in a sense, even if you didn't look in the mirror and you see yourself in the reflection, you was going to end up looking in the mirror anyway. That was the twist. Right. So the key premise is if you take that leap forward and you ask yourself that same question earlier, and in retrospect, of course you'll never know the answer until you get to where you're going now. Right. So that's why I wanted you mainly on the show as well. But I don't want to give all your trade secrets away. I think the fans got enough of that. So let's talk on a fun topic before we close out the show. Okay. Today is, like I said earlier, draft day. Right. And you just told me earlier before we started filming you're a Cardinals fan.
I'm a Carolina fan.
I'm sorry. I apologize. A Carolina fan.
Yeah.
Thank you. I am so sorry. I apologize. That's my fault. No disrespect. Your team, how you think going to do this season?
So, as a Carolina fan, our biggest issue, we need an O-line.
Okay.
And we drafted the number one O-line prospect.
Good.
Left tackle.
Oh, yeah.
And we needed it.
Okay.
And our receiving core is fine. Mm-hmm. Everybody doesn't like Sam Darnold. But I think the thing with Sam Darnold, I think you just got to give him time. He was in a dumpster fire of the Jets. It was a dumpster fire. That organization is terrible.
You're not kidding. You can't.
That organization is terrible.
I can't even. It's top 5 tier. I can name one, but I don't want to do that right now because business.
Detroit is fucking
top number 1.
People don't understand. Detroit has been having the first 3. Jackson, and the funny thing is, people don't remember at one point Jacksonville almost went to the fucking Super Bowl.
No, dead ass.
People don't remember that.
Exactly. People only remember Tom Brady's glory years and the 2 times that he didn't win, the 3 times he didn't win, once to the Eagles and 2 to the Giants.
I think really what it is, and I'm only going to say this, I don't even think Tampa Bay ever going to go back to the Super Bowl. I just don't see it. They're gonna try to knock dude that old ass out.
Okay. Oh yeah, of course.
They're gonna try to take his fucking head.
But the thing is, I agree. If they didn't make so many rule changes for him.
The thing is that Tuck rule shit. I still believe the Raiders should have won that.
No,
I don't care what nobody said. Uh-huh. He shouldn't have went to the first Super Bowl. He shouldn't have. And they be cheating.
No, dead ass.
People think that I've been playing football, organized football since 2007. Mm-hmm. And I was able to play varsity football as a freshman.
That's a blessing.
Like, you know, I transferred schools, and I was an 8th grader on junior varsity.
Okay.
So I've been playing against people bigger than me my entire career.
Fair.
And even when I was in JUCO, I played at TSU the time I did. We would have little conversations. And I'd be like, bro, Tom Brady.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, not to cut you off. Cigar Head Fred is on. He said, "What's up? While Quan smoking a cigar sheets, I never thought I would see the day." Well, Cigar Head Fred, I will be in Dallas in the middle of May, so we can finally do our freaking episode there. But I mean, Sneakers and Stogies, man. You either gonna have some kicks or you're gonna have some smokes. One of the two. But continue. I do want to.
Nah, Fred, I love you, bro. Hey, I'm happy for you, man. Keep going, man.
Keep going, man.
Keep going, bro. I hope your YouTube, I hope everything you got going right now blows up, man. Love you, proud of you, everything, man. But to me, Tom Brady, he's a winner.
Of course, I'm not. He came from,
but he's not the best quarterback. I'm sorry. If you played for Bill Belichick for 20 years, you've been there
9.
He lost 2.
3. We gotta remember.
I keep forgetting he lost to the Giants twice.
Yeah, Giants twice and then the Eagles.
07, 11, and then he lost to the Eagles in 17.
Correct.
He should have lost to the Eagles
in Houston
and Carolina. Carolina. They should have lost.
They should have lost the one that was here in
Carolina.
03.
In 04. It was 04.
Oh, yeah, 4.
They should have lost. I have the shirt.
I have the towel and stuff. I was here.
I have a vintage Super Bowl shirt from that year, and I still get pissed about that.
Oh God.
Because the fucker should have never won.
No, deadass. I agree.
His defense been saving him, and these referees, I don't know what their infatuation with this man. It's like they be giving this man, oh my God, they be giving this man free ammo, man.
Really like mine. I'm gonna say that.
He should have been fucked up.
No, deadass. Like, I understand you don't want to waste it. I get it. Out of respect.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like
he should have been. I'm sorry. Like, I love football, but he's a winner. But he's not the greatest ever. They call him the GOAT, and I'm sorry. If I played with one of the best coaches in the world, he's not the GOAT. And everybody's like, well, he went to Tampa Bay, won a Super Bowl
in a pandemic year.
That team was loaded.
The team was loaded with Jameis Winston, and then they got even much more loaded with them.
People keep forgetting that this motherfucker Jameis threw for 5,000 yards. 30 I think he threw for 33 touchdowns. He went 30 for 30.
Yeah, 30 for 30.
With the same team.
Yeah. It was already a setup for Tom Brady to just go.
Come on, bro. And then, but his ass got exposed.
In New Orleans?
He got exposed. They exposed his ass. New Orleans is his kryptonite. And I'm still mad with New Orleans when they let that fucker Drew Brees go in and play that game. He should have never played. Jameis should have played in that playoff game.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never forgive the Saints for that. I don't care. Fuck that. Jameis should have played in that playoff game. If Jameis would have played in that game, people don't remember. Jameis got eye surgery.
Yep.
Jameis, I give Jameis credit. When he want to play, Jameis gonna play.
Facts.
And Jameis already proved he can beat him.
Yeah.
People fail to realize that last year before he got hurt.
Yeah.
He's the reason why they won. Defense too.
Of course, no.
But Jameis definitely was giving them that work.
Of course.
He can't beat New Orleans.
I honestly feel like Tom Brady's, besides New York and Super Bowls for some weird reason, the Super Bowl fever. But
the thing with him, if he got to play the Giants or the goddamn Eagles, he gonna lose.
Yes,
I care.
And it's weird, like the NFC least, as people call it, but the NFC East is I'm a diehard.
That's his script.
That's his script.
He can't beat them. I don't care what nobody say. To beat Tom Brady, your D line has to be elite.
Facts.
There's a great D line. Your DNs have to be able to apply pressure.
Facts.
Your D tackles gotta be able to clog the holes.
Facts.
If you have a good D line, and we seen the Rams do it.
Boy,
people fail to realize the Rams beat them twice. Off of D line play.
Facts.
If you got defensive linemen to play Tom Brady, you're gonna beat him.
But the Rams, honestly and truthfully, and just hear me out.
I'm listening.
The Rams, honestly, was built basicly a build your own Madden team.
Salary cap.
Exactly.
I don't know where they're getting this money from. But I mean, then again, but what a lot of people don't understand in the NFL, it's a business.
Of course.
Each year the salary cap increases.
Of course.
A lot of people don't pay attention to the business side of NFL.
Excuse me. No, facts. I definitely agree. Yeah. Especially when you're thinking of, since I've worked for the NFL in a sense, you have to look from both perspectives, not just as a player perspective, but from the franchise perspective.
Right. A lot of people don't understand. when that salary cap increases, you can sign damn near anybody.
Exactly.
Like, people fail to realize this goddamn fucker, Patrick Mahomes, signed a 10-year contract. A lot of people don't realize that he's going to restructure it.
Of course.
If they win another Super Bowl, he's going to restructure that contract.
If they win another Super Bowl with the team that they're giving now, without his, I think it's tight end that got moved.
No, it's Tyreek.
Tyreek, but was he the tight end or wide receiver?
Tyreek was the outside receiver.
That's what I'm saying, the outside.
But I really feel like they're going to get exposed this year.
Of course. No, that was my general point that I was making too.
But they're going to get exposed because of that deep threat. A lot of people understand Tyreek can take a slant to the crease.
That is true.
If you look at majority of his touchdowns from the past few years, how has he scored? He's going to get exposed.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They're going to double Travis Kelce.
Oh, dead ass. That's it.
They're going to double him. Wasn't Hilaire running back from LSU?
Yeah.
He didn't do shit. Football is a game of...
It's a mental game.
90% mental. You got D coordinators time to really figure out how to win this shit. I'll be honest with you. I don't think he's going to do good in Miami. I don't think he's going to do that. I don't trust Tua.
I mean, that's been the conversation for years. The only thing that Tua has done...
Bro, Tua was carried to a championship.
Facts.
Let's keep it 100.
We going to give him on it.
I'm a Clemson fan. I've been a Clemson fan since I was a kid.
Fair.
I call my mother, anybody who knows me, I'm a Tiger, a Clemson Tiger. We beat these fuckers twice.
Facts.
The year that he went into the national championship game and beat Georgia, that was cool. I'm not a hater.
No.
But when you got a chance to see him for a full season, bro, you were already on a loaded team.
But
that team was loaded.
But here's the thing, and correct me if I'm wrong. SEC
is boosted.
The bigger schools, the better schools.
That shit is boosted.
The better schools though, like Florida.
Florida.
I'm a Gators fan. I'm a diehard Gators.
Florida's ain't been shit in like 4 years.
4 years.
Legitimately, the best Florida teams we all know was Tim Tebow. But the last time Florida been a threat, a legitimate threat, was like 2-3 years.
Facts. And I give you Tim Tebow. You could say
Kyle Trask was good.
Yeah, no, he was.
Well, people fail to realize Kyle Trask should have been a first round. People think I'm ridiculous.
No, you're not.
Kyle Trask should have been a first round.
No, I wholeheartedly agree.
Because and then these draft experts, y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking. They need to put real football players as the experts. I fuck with Tom Lachey.
Okay.
Mel Kiper pisses me off. Because Mel Kiper has never, I don't think Mel Kiper has ever touched the football.
Damn. Jesus. Fair enough.
Mel Kiper, in my honest opinion, I don't think that man has ever had to.
Fair enough.
But let's talk about quarterbacks.
Okay, let's talk about quarterbacks.
How did you feel about this year's draft of quarterbacks?
Honestly and truthfully,
Kenny Pickett's not that good to me.
None of the quarterbacks that are coming out of this draft class, like even last year.
No, Sam Hall from North Carolina.
Yeah,
he's pro ready.
But I mean,
Malik Willis is good. Kenny Pickett, because people don't remember Kenny Pickett was a 6-year senior. You've been in the same system for 6 years. God forbid anything happened to him. He's a really good player.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. I'm saying you've been in that system for 6 years.
But I'm saying as an overall class,
that quarterback class ain't that good.
No.
But if you're a receiver, a corner, a lineman,
the linemen are winning
a D lineman
at best.
You're fine.
Yeah.
If you came out this year, you make your money. If you were a receiver, a DB, an O lineman, or a D lineman, this is the year to come in.
Because the last few years, in retrospect, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, have been overly astonishing for quarterbacks. Just not in the sense of play, in the sense of picking up high.
The thing is, and I'm only saying this because I'm a fan.
Of course.
Trevor Lawrence, he needs to get the hell out of Jacksonville.
Oh, that's automatic. I'm gonna tell you, I'll be one better. When I found out Urban was coming to Jacksonville,
I knew it was going to be a dumpster fire.
It was already a shit show from the start.
It was a shit show. Man, look.
It's like how, and I take it back to the Cowboys. It's like the instance I knew we saw Mike McCarthy. I knew that was already going to be a shit show.
Mike McCarthy, the thing with Mike McCarthy, offensive wise, you're going to get points.
Of course.
But his D coordinator, but this is the first
that
Dan Quinn saved that franchise.
No, dead ass.
I don't care what. I hate the Cowboys. Growing up, I'm a Carolina fan.
Fair.
As an NFL junkie, I love Dan Quinn is the reason why that team gelled the way they do.
I'm not going to argue that.
Nobody says. Them players respected Dan Quinn more than they did Mike McCarthy.
Of
because
course.
Dan Quinn took us. People don't remember. Dan Quinn took the fuck.
Bruh, you took the Falcons to the Super Bowl. And the only reason
they lost is because their offense couldn't produce.
Exactly.
And who was the coordinator? Kyle Shanahan. Bruh. He has a brilliant mind, but his play calling in that Super Bowl is the reason why they lost. That defense was on that field half day. Matter of fact, that Super Bowl was in Houston.
Yeah, no, that is.
I remember that vividly.
Like, that was the Super Bowl where it was the blowout, the famous 28-3.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't knock Tom Brady at all for that.
No, not that one, no.
But he shouldn't have won that MVP.
No.
James White should have won that damn MVP. James White is a running back that had over 200 yards receiving.
Make sense.
The thing is, the NFL is a quarterback-driven league.
Now more than ever.
But some of these motherfuckers, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I think the way the NFL is set up, if you're, like I said, if you're any lineman, receiver, corner, you're going to make it.
Exactly, because they need you now more than ever.
They need if you're a corner, you make your money.
Facts.
If you are a receiver, you gonna make some money.
Facts.
I just found out AJ Brown just signed. They just traded him to the Eagles. He just signed a $140 million contract.
Oh, the NFC.
These folks is making that money, and he was a receiver 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
DK, you gotta get out of Seattle, brother. You gotta get out.
At this point,
I don't trust Drew Lock. I don't think Drew Lock is the answer. Like, people ask me about Sam Darnold. Like, Sam showed flashes.
Facts.
But at the same time, we have a better receiving core, one of the best running backs in the game. When healthy,
Facts.
you can produce like that.
Fair enough.
So I really just believe like this year is going to show a lot. If Sam doesn't do good this year, and this is from a fan's perspective,
of course,
they're going to get rid of him. But I'm glad we didn't pick a quarterback. I was going to be pissed.
I mean, it wouldn't have made sense this year.
I was going to be pissed off. But I will say next year's quarterback is loaded.
Yeah, you needed a revival year, and I think next year will be that year.
But then again, like Matt Rule, everywhere he's been, he's produced after the first 2 years. He's always been a banger. People don't remember, man, took them to him. Temple was a 10-11 win team, bro. So my thing is, we, as a fan, I just wish sometimes we make big splashes in the offseason. Like when we had Stephon Gilmore, people don't remember, he just came off injury.
Yep.
If we would have gave, like, say if we would have picked him up this year, took Tom Hill, I think it would have been a lot better. But I honestly just believe, like, I love football. I want to coach.
Hey.
And the thing with me is I have so much knowledge of the game because of the people who helped me. And shout out to Billy Rosenberg, he was my tight end coach.
Okay.
You know, I got hurt. That man always gave me gems. My coaches back in high school, JUCO, they always would tell us, you know, bits and pieces. Like, as a football player, I started watching film when I was in high school. I was a film junkie.
Oh, I missed those days.
So I had an opportunity to kind of, you know the game. Like, now if you ask me X's and O's, I know that shit.
Of course.
A gap, B gap, I know all of that. I know receivers. People don't remember. A lot of people don't know this. I got recruited out of high school as a wide receiver. I played for Team Takeover. After I almost broke my leg, I sat out for almost a good year. I played for Team Takeover. Legit.
My line, brother. Shout out to
Robel.
Shout out to Fly Kicks, ladies and gentlemen.
Shout out to him. And I switched positions. I was the linebacker. And people were pissed. I'm 6'3", 225.
You're the perfect size for a linebacker.
And I'm not a huge guy. I'm tall.
Yes.
But I have size on me, and I have great lateral movement, and I think like a receiver. If I see this linebacker here, I already know what he's going to do. I have speed.
Solid chest from there.
But the thing is, I will say, my teammates used to get so pissed at me because I'll make plays and your body was screwed up. I'm like, man, I got to make a read. I told myself, I actually got injured last year. And my job picked up so crazy. I haven't played football in almost a year.
Oh, wow.
So, starting May 1st, I promised myself that I'm going to start going back to the gym. Just to kind of get myself back to kind of just being more, you know, what's the word I want to say? More.
I wouldn't say productive in the field, but I would say more.
More healthy.
More, yeah.
I will say, I've caught myself recording sometimes but it's because of me. And the funny thing is, like, muscle memory. I know once I go in there, I already know that first 2 weeks is going to be good.
Oh, it's gonna be hell.
It's going to be hell. But I always tell people the hardest day of getting the gym is the first day.
Facts.
Once you get that first day over with, that shit is not as hard.
Of course.
So I told myself I'm gonna come back in May anyway, but I'm gonna gradually get myself back.
You
Because
should.
I pulled both my calf muscles.
Ooh.
So I told myself May I'm gonna start coming back, but I'm gonna play periodically. I'm gonna go to the games. I might play the first game and sit out the second game, but it just depends on how these hold up. So I know when I was in the gym heavy back in 2020, it definitely helped me out. And then the reason with mental health, like I said, I'm dealing with some things in 2021, and my mental health wasn't right as well as my physical.
Okay.
I may not look like it, but I knew stuff was wrong with me.
Of course.
And like I will say to anybody that's watching this, please, 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 man, take time for yourself. You don't listen to nothing I tell you this whole time. Take care of yourself. Like, we're all young, old. We're out here trying to make a living. We out here trying to do things that we love to do. But you got to take care of your physical body before anything happens. Because if your body shuts down on you, that's your money maker.
Exactly.
So, I missed the game of football. I'm only 28.
You said
I got time. I told myself probably when I get like 34, 35, like.
fair enough.
But I play 7-on-7, so I could probably play it till like I'm close to 40.
Yeah.
And like I got good genes. I feel like I can maneuver. I'm 28. I'll be 29 in July. So
Happy early birthday. If I don't say it again.
yes, sir. So I miss playing. I miss takeover, and I just miss winning. I played with them so long. Losing is like
It's a foreign language
if
thing.
I lose, like we don't get me wrong, we're not at TSU. I've never won. Like my entire time at TSU, I was to my knowledge, if I but I lost twice to takeover my first time I played. And I lost the first time I played the takeover. I lost them twice. And when I played them, I had a lot, like certain tournaments. We lose tournaments now on some gay shit.
Yeah.
I gotta get back because I owe it to myself. Plus, I know I still got a lot left.
Of course, you still got a lot left in the tank.
Yeah.
So now that we're closing to the end of the show, normally at the end of the show we ask all our guests, any positive reflections. I felt like you gave it earlier, but I'd rather you give it at the end, so that way people can leave off on the show on a good note. And of course, the show's been very entertaining.
Right.
So my positive note for those who are watching and for those who haven't seen the past few episodes that have not came out yet, they'll be coming out soon. Was always not just take care of yourself, but also take care of your family, and also make sure that yourself is in order before you try to help somebody else. And especially if you're for example, if you're on a plane, they always say secure your belts first and secure your mask first before you help somebody else. That's because you have to take care of yourself first before you can help somebody else and make sure that yourself, mentally, physically, spiritually, and socially, are all good.
Also, I will add on that, please keep God first.
Of course.
God is really the reason why I'm still here. I believe in faith. I believe, we're human. I don't pray 24/7 like I should.
Of course.
But I will say, God has never let me down, and I will always give praise and glory to Him, because without Him, we wouldn't be here to be able to do what we're doing.
Of course.
And I really want to continue being good at what I do. So to all my young creators, even my old creators, man, keep going, keep working, keep busting your ass, man. I pray for everybody legitimately. I pray everybody that's out here trying to make a way for themselves. Please keep God first, keep hustling, keep working.
And that's it.
That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to close out the show. This is your favorite YouTube villain, Landon Strange. This is PQ Media. President Quan himself. I'll leave the Instagram on the video so y'all can tag it on the video as well. The YouTube videos are in a progress right now. It's a process right now. So please, please, please sub to the channel or be patient. I do it too. I'll clean up before I leave.
Yeah,
but
I won't kick us out.
Oh yeah. But please, everybody, like, subscribe, check out the YouTube channel, check out the podcast. More of the audio shows will be up sooner. But thank y'all for tuning in with us tonight. Like I said, people know I don't like being in front of the camera, but
I don't really like being in front.
But I'll do it for the show.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it for the show. So we're signing out. Hit him with that yurt. You gotta hit him with the yurt. You gotta hit him with the yurt.
Yurt.
Thank you, and good night.